Hello, I'm the Blue Oak Iron Wings, and today with my daughter we're going to
make this plasterboard.
The first thing you need to do is decide where you want it and measure that space.
We'll need a tape measure, something to write on, and a pen. And whatever space you want to wrap to have your board, you have to choose the place where to put it. I'm going to put it here.
So I'll give you some numbers. So could you do just like, can you write? Okay, so if you can write down across, this is the maximum we can do. We'll find something that fits in it. So could you say that's call that 140 centimetres. 140, and put a little cm for centimetres. Most we can fit that way is, you want it a bit above your horse probably, don't you? So call that a metre. Just write 100. To the wood shop.
To the wood shop we go for boring time. Yay!
Where are we?
Brixton. I'm going to get a piece of wood.
Now we're back in my garage. Right, I ended up getting a basically 60 by 120 centimetre piece of wood. They did have some of the 1.8 by 0.6 metre stuff, but I would have had to cut that down on the length to fit in the gap and not actually gained any extra height. They did have some of the really big 1.2 by 2.4 metre boards, but I would have struggled to fit that in the car unless I went home and got the roof rack, and then I've had to cut to the right size, and it's a whole load of faff. So Emily is okay with this smaller size piece of wood, and it should be enough to put a bunch on, so we're going to go with that. You can also see I've got my router out, which I've never ever used before, so that'll be fun. But the plan is to try and put a nice little chamfer on the edge of the piece of wood, just to make it a bit nicer, because I've got the tool that should make it easy, so we're going to try it. But anyway, after learning what to do on the test piece of wood, I've got it on my semi-mobile workbench. I'm only going to chamfer on one side, so I've made sure that the price sticker is on the other. So we'll put on the PPE, and then we will see about whether we can actually route something big. Right, I'm no expert, I'm going to say that's good enough. Certainly nicer than a straight sharp edge. There's no point doing the other side because that'll be up against the wall. There we go. You know the fact I bought an entire new tool for a little bit of effort, quite a lot of nice extra. Right, I suppose let's get a bit painted now. I've routed the edges, I've sanded it down, and we're going to put a white coat of paint on now, so that any paint Emily puts on for her pattern should look better. So you've got a nice white background.
And this is a nice light brown that we see. Because after this coat, the first white coat dries, we'll put another white coat on. And this is what we're going to put the paint in. That one.
Right, that's far too much, that'll do.
No, that's more tannic.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pick up the smudges. Right, Emily's going to do the middle with the big roller. I'm going to do the edges with this bit.
You mean the small roller?
Small roller, whatever, it's bigger than the brush. Do you think this will be enough, or do you think you need a second layer?
Yeah, it's definitely second layer.
Okay.
And the edges.
Do we let the first layer dry first? Paint is dried now. I have drilled 4 countersunk holes for mounting through onto the wall. Should have drilled them before doing the painting because it's now exposed to wood. We can just top them up with a bit of white paint when we put the design on. And this is a design Emily has come up with, so she will now need to transfer that to the board so she can colour it in.
I think my daddy told you about the paint drying. There's this picture here. I will draw this on the white on the wood now. I'm going to turn on that you can see it. You can see I did the moon, 2 clouds and the zombie cat. Because now I need to paint it. And I also like a little colour with like little and even add those and little keep and there's little.
I've removed the kitchen table and put some dust sheets down there so that Emily can paint the plasterboard. We've got a dozen or so poster paints I bought ages ago in a mixing thing.
Yeah.
So now Emily's going to spend some quality time painting the board.
And I'm just putting the colours in. I'll be mixing a lot of blue with some purple.
Okay.
I'm just going to make the paint for the sky. These are only the old colours I need. Now let's put the purple in. Yes. I'm just getting ready to tell them I'm finished.
What about around the cat's green tail? Emily's now finished painting the picture she wanted for her blaster board. She's decided that the cats, the zombie cats, must be doing something with the blasters. So this is kind of half blaster board, half diorama. So we'll claim that's the first blaster board diorama on YouTube. Anyway, if you look, you can kind of see in various places. Now, if you look on the picture, you can see in various places I've put little bits of masking tape. And I put those in to mark where I'm going to put in the big L-shaped hooks I've got to hang the blasters from. So obviously doing this up on the wall will be a little bit interesting, and the hooks I've got I think are going to need pilot holes drilling so they don't split the wood. So let's just take a quick look at them actually. I've just flipped this over so you can see the other side. You can see it's a piece of, as I mentioned before, plywood. And if you look at the, I've drawn this line here. Now the hooks themselves, the threads on them are quite long and they'd go all the way through the board. So I decided I needed to kind of offset it from the wall. So I've got these battens at the bottom and I've pre-drilled through the board and through the battens so they all line up and are all ready. There's a possibility I might actually put some like LEDs sort of around the battens to backlight it. Okay. So this is the back of the blaster board. I've bought some LED ribbon tape that can colour change, and luckily it's sticky back, so I've just stuck it all around the back. Now down in the corner, if we can just, can I zoom in? There we go. You can see that's the lead that comes off the ribbon, and it goes into that thing with the writing on. That's the Bluetooth control unit, and there's a lot of tape there, but I've set it up so if you yank on the cable it kind of pulls down on the USB cable before it pulls onto the controlling board, before it pulls on the actual LED tape. So if you have a bit of an accident, hopefully it's a bit more accident proof. You'll probably also notice that on the actual ribbon cable, that's on the vertical going down bit as well. So again, we're kind of pulling down towards the ground. It is currently running on this power brick here, but I'll get a proper USB power adapter. Now, oh yeah, there's the tape and the scissors used for that. Emily's next to me. Emily, do you want to show the colour changing? So this is driven off a little Bluetooth app. So I've got the app on an old phone I given to my daughter. It doesn't need Wi-Fi, so it keeps her off the internet and keeps her safe. But it does give her a fancy LED remote control. And it's a pretty standard LED sort of thing, so it can do with music and whatever.
And it's on my phone.
It's on her phone. Yeah. Alright, let's get this up on the wall then.
Hi guys, this is the result. There's a reason why I chose zombie cats, because I like Minecraft and cats, and I combining them together to make a zombie cat. And the cat in the middle is my cat, and she's fighting the zombies.
Okay, yes, that's good, we'll go with that. Okay, so back with the shaky cam, you can kind of just see on the bottom left there my USB power bank hanging off. There's a better plug in the post, and actually you can see a clear cable underneath, but it's been funny with the power. But this is what it looks like in the light, and this is what it looks like in the dark. You see, so we've got like the world's fanciest backlit night light. Emily, do you want to? You go. You can't focus on anything, but you can see the colours changing there. There we go. Thanks for watching. Catch you again later.
That's it.
Yeah, right. That's the outro.